This podcast is sponsored by Scout and Cellar. Clean crafted wine delivered to your door. Must be 21 years of age or older and only delivered in the US. Hello and welcome to Life Coaching Comedians. I'm your transformational life coach, Lexis Charday. And today I have a new client joining me, Mr. Durrell Hearns. Hi, Durrell.
Hello. Thanks for having me on, Lexi.
Of
I like
course.
this. Man, already.
I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm glad you enjoy it. So tell me, Durrell, what makes you so anxious?
Great question. I don't know. Maybe just new challenges. Think so. Just trying to, almost that getting out of my comfort zone. Because it's been, relying on certain habits, probably most of my life that's really kept me in that area to where it's more of a, yeah, you can do it, whatever you have in the books, you can do comedy, but something else. It's like other aspects that are actually in life, that's not dealing with my work.
Mm,
And it
okay.
just, yeah, like,
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting. You had mentioned habits, Durrell. What kind of
Mm-hmm.
habits are we talking about here?
Just, it's a habit, like almost like trying to step out, like I said, the comfort zone, like probably
Okay.
even meeting new people, getting close to them. How about that? Like being more, yeah, there you go. So,
So when you say getting closer to them,
mhm.
what exactly do you mean by that? Are you having a hard time going to social gatherings?
Oh,
Are you
yes.
going onto people's
Oh,
properties to get closer to them?
like just meeting like social gatherings, stuff like that. And it
Okay.
becomes where I become, instead of being Darrell, it turns into the author and or comedian, plugging my next big thing, next thing I'm going to do, instead of having a conversation about who I am. So
Oh, I
yeah,
see. I
or who that
see.
person is. Yeah,
Okay. So you're slowly becoming a sellout, is what you're saying.
there you go. That's really what it sounds.
Okay.
That's pretty
Okay.
good. I like
Yeah.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
I think we all kind of go through that phase as salespeople, especially when we're not destined to be a salesperson.
Hmm.
So Darrell, I think you should just keep doing the amazing work and let people come to you. May not happen as quickly as you'd like it, but
Hmm.
keep putting yourself out there.
Really? Is it? I don't know. As I said, I still feel like I'm just, it's not, it doesn't connect as much because of the, probably the anxiousness, kind of all that kind of stuff. It's just, I'm just plugging it like, hey, look at this book. All right. I've been Darrell. Y'all have a great night. That's kind of what happens. I'm just, not,
Hmm.
trying to say, yeah. Like, I don't know. Was there a deeper term for that in a way or?
Well, what is it that you're truly seeking, Darrell? Are you like where are your values? Oh, I know. Let's do a little exercise here,
I'm
okay?
down. Let's do that.
Let me grab a pen and a paper here. Excuse me. Okay. So let's
I,
reevaluate your values.
okay.
Okay. So I want you to think about your top 10. Well, let's do five. Let's do five. Your top five values. Okay. First five that
Mhm.
come to your head. Go ahead. Tell me what they are.
Values, like, could you define that a little bit more? Just
What do you value in your life?
value, family,
Okay.
time,
Time. Okay.
yeah. Value myself a lot. I noticed that.
You
Definitely
value
say,
yourself.
yeah.
Okay. Good.
Creativity.
Okay.
Do like now, like I've been doing a whole spiritual thing, so I've been trying to really be sociable. So definitely challenging myself. That's another thing
Okay,
I've
I'm
been,
gonna
you
I'm
know.
gonna categorize that to self-development because you said
Mhm.
you you value yourself and spirituality. So that we'll categorize that all into one self-development. So give me one more
Powerful
value.
value. Hmm. I'd say I I'd say people in general. I really do. Like I really try to help wherever I can.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's
service,
really
acts of service. Okay.
yeah.
People and service, humanitarian. Okay, great. True Renaissance man. I like it.
Oh geez, stop.
All right.
Like, like,
Okay, Darrell. So there's no right or wrong answer here, okay?
mhm,
You're just going to say the first thing that comes to your mind or that you feel in your gut, okay?
mhm,
And we're just going to figure some things out. So, first, you said family, time, self development, creativity, and acts of service, okay?
mhm,
Helping others. All right. So, we're going to pair these values side by side, and you can only pick one. Okay.
mm,
So if you had to pick between the two, you're going to say which one you pick. Okay. So,
okay.
first, family or time.
Mm. Whew. Man, you really hurt me. That was a
First
good
one.
punch. Yeah,
First
that was a
one.
good one. Dang, Lexi. Oh man. um, definitely family. I have to say that.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah.
Family or self development.
Self development. I have to say
Okay.
that.
Good. Just keep
Definitely.
it quick. Keep it quick.
All right.
Family or creativity.
Family. Definitely.
Okay.
That one.
Family or acts of service.
Um, acts of service. Definitely.
Okay. Time or family.
Hmm. Don't punch me again. You know what? Time is very important. So yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Time or self development.
I have to say self development again.
Okay.
Even though it takes time.
Time or creativity.
Hmm. I'd say creativity. Definitely. Love
Okay.
creating.
Time
Yeah.
or acts of service.
Mm. I'm gonna
First
be.
one.
I know it's time again. It just popped in my head. You called
Don't
me. Yep.
don't think twice. All
I
right.
got you.
Self-development or family.
Um, self development. Only way I can help family. So I know that one.
Self-development or time.
Um, self development.
Okay. Self-development or creativity.
Creativity.
Okay. Self-development or acts of service.
Acts of service.
All right. Creativity or family.
Mm. Family.
Creativity or time.
Time.
Creativity or self-development.
Self development.
Creativity or acts of service.
Acts of service.
All right. Acts of service or family.
Family. I have to say.
Acts of service or time.
Time.
Acts of service or self development.
Self development. Sorry.
Acts of service or creativity.
Acts of service.
All right. Wow. Look at that. Okay. So, out of those five values, self development you chose the most.
Wow. Mm.
Then there was a three-way tie with family, time, and acts of service.
Really?
And then creativity fell last.
Wow.
But you know what? I think you could even put creativity and self development too.
You think so?
I think
That kind of.
so.
Yeah, that's what I feel like.
I
Yeah.
feel like the more you're working on yourself, the more you're allowing yourself to be in the state of flow, the more creativity, the more creative you can be.
You're right. You're right.
But very interesting. You know, I find it very interesting, Darrell, that you did not choose money on your list. A lot of people choose money.
Really, money. I'm sorry, money's not that important for me. I
No,
don't
that's
really.
fine. But
Yeah.
that brings me back to why we started doing this exercise in the first place. Why
Hmm.
is it that when you meet someone, the first thing you want to do is promote your book?
Mm, good question. Is that self development or is that,
It could be an
I
act
don't
of
know.
service. Do you truly believe that your book will help people?
Yes, I really do. It's
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
I believe my stuff all the time. That's what started me writing was just trying to help. So
Mhm, mhm, mhm. That's
yeah,
good, that's good.
thanks.
Well, I think that, you should just continue to work on your self-development as far as being comfortable in your own skin so you can have free flowing conversations, not force conversations like, "Oh, I gotta tell everyone about my book."
Hmm.
Just be yourself because you're amazing. You're a renaissance man. People are gonna be like, "That Darrell man is so awesome. He's
Well,
so great," right? Wow, you should be like a life coach or something. I get that all the time.
thanks.
And then you can say, "Well, actually I wrote a book."
Really,
You know? It's
hmm
like an afterthought.
that makes sense.
Mhm.
Is that
Mhm.
kind of your style, or like do you really plug your stuff mostly, or?
I try not to make things about me, but,
I got you, but I want to learn because I do. I will admit, you do kind of inspire me with this and doing that
oh,
stuff and all that. So,
you're too
you know,
kind, you're too kind.
yeah.
I think it's just best, Darrell, to be yourself. I mean, I've been a stand-up comedian for almost 10 years, and I'm just now starting to get some action, you know?
Okay.
I
Hmm.
mean, I know I'm the greatest, but the rest of the world doesn't know that yet.
Dang. So, I mean, I know it's not about you don't want to be asked about you, but like, what kind of kept you on the track for like 10 years? That's a long time for a creative art form. Like, what kept you uh,
Self-development.
powerful? I love it.
Mhm, mhm. I mean, at one point, I found myself creatively dead inside, and it was because I wasn't working on myself. And the more
Mhm.
you work on yourself and you become your authentic self, the more people are going to be attracted to you and everything that you have ongoing in your life. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm probably the most comfortable I've ever been in my whole life, and I'm just a hot commodity right now, Darrell.
I like that. Hot
Yeah,
commodity.
I'm a hot commodity, and you can be a hot commodity too.
You did it. That's good, like yeah. You got
Thank
it.
you.
That's stuff.
Sometimes it's hard to get my words out.
Do you want Lexus or Lexi? I feel bad. Like me and you know each other.
Oh,
Like
please call me Miss Sade.
Miss Sade. But
Yeah.
okay. Miss Sade. All right.
Mhm.
There we go.
So, anyway, enough about the book. Let's talk more about your comedy career.
Hmm. What we want to talk about?
How's it going?
It's all right. I mean, it's decent. Has its ups and downs, but
Mhm.
it's there. I mean, really, I feel like I'm possibly hitting my stride. But just being a 3-year old, you never know. You never know. I'm finally writing instead of just relying on saying dumb stuff on stage and then getting off thinking I did something. So
Oh, so
it's
you
fun.
were like free balling it.
Oh yeah, for a long time. So
Okay.
yeah, man, I'm like the 20-year-olds, the 10-year-olds. I could do that all day, and I'm like, dude, you're only 3 months. You need something, something,
Mhm.
you know.
Mhm.
So yeah,
So you're starting to write now?
a little bit more.
Okay. Now let me ask you this though. I mean, I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with winging it on stage, but have you noticed what works for you when you wing it on stage? Have you gotten jokes to take away from that?
Um, I have noticed what's kind of helpful, but I mean helping with that, but I mean, it was at a time where I was scared to be my authentic self. And
Mhm.
another 10-year-old comic told me that it's like, yeah, we could tell you're holding back. You really want to sell books instead of being a comedian, obviously.
Is that
So,
true? Is that
yeah,
true? Is that true,
yeah.
Darrell?
Oh, yeah, I was holding my tongue a lot back when. So I'm like,
No, but I mean, is it true that you'd rather be an author than a comedian?
No, 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 no. Comedy's always been in my, it's like in the back of my head. I just didn't know how or when, or how to
Mm,
start
mhm,
or,
mhm.
or yeah, how to do it. So,
Okay.
and that's going up an hour away from DC and, not knowing we got to hit mics, you got to do this, you got to do that. And,
Yeah.
my parents just wanted me to be a kid instead of,
Mhm.
getting into that stuff, of course. So I
Yeah.
appreciate them for that. 100%.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's good. So it sounds like you're in a good place with
Thanks.
comedy. What about the rest of your life, Darrell? Like tell me, really tell me what's going on. What's happening in the life? What's happening that made you want to get some coaching on the life?
Just man, it's it's just been a difference and like kind of like I said, a roller coaster in a way. I put I think I put my work ahead of my personal life.
Mm.
Kind of just something I did even when I was in the military. So
Mm. Mhm.
like I
Mhm.
said, that's kind of where it got, just instead of like, hey, you know, being on a whim doing things, I'm just like trying to be extra. This is that, very rigid. I'm gonna do this now, then I'm gonna do this, then this. Instead of
Mhm.
like, man, hey, why don't you try to have fun? You
Mm.
know, have you tried
Mhm.
that before, Darrell? I mean,
Mm.
kind of like
Sounds
that. So
like Darrell needs some help on learning how to let go.
there it is.
Mm,
there,
mhm. Learn
there
to
it
have
is.
control over your life, right?
That's what it is. Yeah, you're
Mhm,
right. You're
mhm.
right.
Mm,
You're the first person
mm.
to punch me with that. Thank you, Lex. Well,
Um,
Miss Sade.
it was a gentle punch, I hope.
It was a good one.
Why
Yeah.
don't we do some breathing exercises, Darrell?
Uh huh.
Okay.
Right.
Go ahead and do you have shoes on?
I do not.
Do you have socks on?
Nope.
Okay, good. So we're barefoot.
Hmm.
Lovely. Okay, go ahead and make sure you're sitting up tall. Spine is long. Feet are flat on the floor. And go ahead and just shuffle your feet. Just give them a quick little shuffle. Get some static and some energy going there. And place your palms either flat on your thighs or you can put them on the back of your hands and make the little circles to allow some energy to flow through like you're doing an ohm. And go
Hmm.
ahead and slowly close your eyes and just focus on your breath. Don't try to change it, don't try to do anything about it. Just notice your natural breath. Do that for a few breaths. And as you're noticing your breath, the pace of the breath, not doing anything to change it, start to notice the sounds around you, like my voice, like the sweet sounds of my sultry voice, and anything else that might be going on around you. And don't try to understand it, don't try to guess where it's coming from. Just allow the sound to be there and find peace in this moment, focusing on your breath. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a deep breath in to the count of 4. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, and out to the count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Breathe back in 1, 2, 3, 4, and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Continue that rhythm into 4, out to 8. And I'm going to add in some vibrations here. Very good. You passed the test. You weren't expecting those multiple bells, were you, Darrell?
I wasn't, but it was cool. It was a good sound. Joke.
That, my friend Durrell, is an exercise you can do every day to
Mhm.
let go and be in the present.
Powerful.
Anxiousness, my friend, is worrying too much about the future. Would you say you do that a lot?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm,
Worry
mm.
a lot about my next step. For some reason, always the next step. Not even thinking where I'm at. You know.
Durrell, do you use a planner?
Yes.
How often do you look in this planner or plan in the planner?
Daily.
Okay. Now, when you say daily, do you look at it once? Do you look at it multiple times a day?
Definitely multiple times a day. I have a calendar and I have a to-do list that I go
Okay.
through. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, your to do list that you
Mhm.
have, how long does it take you to tackle everything on your to do list?
It's actually done by 12 by lunch.
Good. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
I think if you are taking just a small bit amount of time, whether it's
Mhm.
daily or once a week, to reflect on your schedule, what you have going on,
Mhm.
that's all you really need. You don't have to obsess over it. You know?
All
You
right.
know what I mean, Darrell?
I understand. I got you.
Yeah. So, one of the things I like to do is I like to look at my schedule at night.
Mhm.
So, as I'm getting ready to lay down, I brush my teeth, do my whole nighttime routine. I look at my schedule. I make my goals for the next day. I don't spend more than 5 to 10 minutes doing this. And then I do my reading or my meditation or my gratitude journal,
Mhm.
visualize what I want to do the next day, plan goals, dream about my future husband, and then I go to sleep.
Mhm.
And then I wake up ready to start the day. I already know what I'm doing. I'm not worried about it. I'm not anxious about it because I already know. I've already taken the time to reflect it. And then
Mhm.
when my to-do list is done by like you around noon, then I
Mhm.
can just enjoy the rest of the day and be free flowing. And every day do something that your future self is going to thank you for, but don't stress about having to get everything done.
Perfect. I
There's a
appreciate that
balance. There's a balance.
balance. That's powerful.
There is a balance. Maybe you need an accountability partner. I know Jason Santiago is working on balance. Maybe you two can connect together.
I'm down. Let's do that. I'm down.
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah.
Figuring that out. Balance. That's actually been the word of the week. So I appreciate
Mm.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Balanced mind, balanced diet, balanced body, balanced pitches on selling your book. There's balance everywhere.
Yeah. What I mean, like for balance, what would you define it as? Like good and evil, or like what
You can
kind
balance
of
anything. It doesn't have to be good and evil. I mean,
like good or bad, whatever, something.
balancing your work life with your personal life, right?
Hmm.
I mean, the majority of us out there that are not comedians, they're
Hmm.
working a job that they can't stand, you know.
Hmm.
So they really need that balance, making sure they're having enough time in their personal life. Now, when you're an artist or a comedian or a writer and you're doing something that you really love, it can consume you because it is personal. It's part of your
Hmm.
personal life too.
Right.
But you also got to make sure that you're taking a step back to enjoy other things besides just your art.
Very awesome.
Maybe appreciate someone else's art.
That's true.
Be inspired, you know?
I, I know. That's good. Thank
Yeah.
you. I'll
Oh,
check
my
it out.
pleasure. My pleasure. So, Darrell, we still got a little bit of time left. Is there anything else that you would like to discuss today?
Hmm. Nothing too much. That helped me out a lot. I want to thank you for that. That was very helpful. Man. That's
Good.
what. Yeah. Obviously, that's why I came. That's what I needed to hear.
Yeah, that's what she said. Well,
To
Darrell, I'm so glad that you came in today and had this session with me. And you know what? I want to see you back. I want to see you back soon and see how you're doing with balance.
Mhm.
And for all of our listeners and viewers out there, thank you so much for joining us. And if you've enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell, and you can have enlightenment every time we come on because I'm that good. And Darrell, your book,
Mhm.
Jottings of a Crazy Veteran,
Mhm.
Amazon, all the bookstores, right?
Correct. Correct.
Okay, yeah.
All those
So,
books there.
if you're crazy or if you're a veteran or just a lot of
Just
jottings,
want to learn anything about a good book. That's it. I mean, it's learn something about mental health. That's why I wrote it, to help with mental health. So,
yeah,
I was had severe PTSD for a bunch of years, and um, found out in my journal that my parents were right. You had issues, bro. So put it in a book, and maybe it can help other people spot when they have issues too. Like I said, your podcast really inspired me to really kind of do that. So
thank you. Yeah,
because
so
I do see you helping people a lot. So
it is, it's
thank you.
all fun and games and funny, but I want to help people too. And
Hmm.
and I'm sure your story will inspire lots of other people. And just know that even for those of you out there, you can have PTSD and not be a veteran or, a
Hmm.
war survivor. There's lots of things that can happen in our lives that cause us to shut down and or be triggered. So I
Hmm.
appreciate you sharing your story, Darrell, and writing a book. What an amazing accomplishment.
Hey, thank you.
I've still been working on mine for 15 years now. I'm not sure if it'll ever get done. The story just keeps changing.
I mean, what's the book about? I like.
I love
Well,
life.
that's what it's about.
Yes.
I love life. So
I
what
need
it?
the finishing chapter. I need the finishing chapter before I can finish the book. So
Oh, okay. I'm sure, man. You're an awesome person. So there's something that you're just gonna just pop and just gonna get right there. So I already know it. So.
stop it. You're probably like one of my nicest clients. You're so kind. Um, Make sure you guys give Darrell a follow on IG at I am Darrell H. That's with two R's and two L's.
All right. Thank you.
But thank you guys so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure. And make sure that you are doing your self care. I cannot stress it enough. Be enlightened. Namaste.
Fantastic. Definitely. Fantastic. Learned a lot. Um, if you haven't got life coached yet, do it. As I said, it's very helpful for me. Definitely gonna go out there, practice my breathing, practice less control over my life. I just strangle life. Just nah, don't do that anymore, Darrell. Let it live and live a great one. Influence greatness in others, and love it. Shout out to Miss Sade for having me on. Much love.
Wow, that's Darrell. What an amazing young man. It seems like he really is striving to be better, and to help not only comedians, but regular people out there struggling with mental health. And honestly, I feel like coaches need coaches. I have my own coach, and Darrell is also a coach, and he needs a coach. And then I'm sure he'll coach somebody else. It's like they say, like trainers need trainers. I'm very ecstatic that he came in and he was so receptive, and I think he would be a good returning client. I think he will. Oh, not every client could be that great.